Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. We are here live on a Sunday evening, which I know I keep changing things around and shifting things. I'm so sorry if it is confusing. I love streaming live and chit-chatting with you guys. It's just been a little difficult to fit it into my schedule, so I know things keep changing up. We're going to try for Sunday evenings for a while, see how that goes. I can't promise we're not going to change it again in the future, but I just got home a couple of hours ago from a nice relaxing weekend at our campground. I spent a couple of hours kind of getting unpacked, putting everything away, unwinding a little bit. I'm already in my pajamas for the night. It was a super fun weekend, but exhausting being out in the heat and the sun all weekend. So I am pretty much going to chit chat with you guys for an hour, and then I'm going to curl up in bed with my tablet and a book and just relax the rest of the night. I'm the only one home right now. My husband and our boys are off visiting my father-in-law, so it's just going to be like a relax, chill, kind of like me night. I'm so excited about it. You wouldn't think that after a relaxing weekend I would need to relax, but I'm telling you, with the heat and the humidity and all of the sun we got this weekend, I am exhausted. So I want to hear about all of you all. How are you doing? How was your week? How was your weekend? I hope you're all doing really well. We are coming up on the last week of school for my son, my youngest son, Austin. He finishes up 7th grade this week. He just has 2 full days and a half day left. So he's so excited to be wrapping up the school year. And then we'll be shifting into our summer routine and our summer schedule, which I'm really excited about. We just got to kind of get through these last couple of days. I've got so many things that I need to check off the to-do list before school is over, things that are just like easier to tackle when I'm home alone. I have a whole bunch of planning to do for my channel because we have vacation coming up at the end of June, and I'm going to be without internet access for a whole week. So I'm going to get as many videos like pre-filmed as I can. So hopefully there won't be too much of a disruption on my channel. You guys likely won't even know I'm gone if I do it right. With the exception of the fact that we're going to have 2 weekends in a row where I can't live stream because it's going to be like a full 10 days where I'm without internet. So I don't know if I'm going to stick a live stream in like during the week or something maybe to make up for it, or if we'll just skip them entirely. I really don't know. We're still kind of figuring out the details of my husband's vacation time and what we're going to do, but I just kind of wanted to make you guys aware. Looking at my little calendar here, it looks like June 27th and July 4th. Probably won't be live streaming then. I likely would not have been streaming on July 4th anyway because of the holiday. So yeah, if anything changes in terms of the live stream schedule, you guys know I will post on my YouTube channel here in the community tab, as well as on my Facebook group. So here's a little plug. If you haven't joined the Facebook group yet and you would like to stay up to date on what's going on with me and just kind of get to know this community a little bit better, it's the Jwhackers Fans and Friends Facebook group. I'd love to have you join in over there. It's a lot of fun. It's been a little quiet over there as of late, but we get into some fun conversations, and it's a really easy way to get in touch with me in like real time. You don't have to wait for like emails because I'm not constantly checking my email, but I do get a notification every time you post in the group. So I'm kind of quicker to answer there. So that's a little bit of housekeeping there, things I wanted to kind of get out of the way. Lots of planning ahead for me. I've got a whole little list here of things I need to do before our vacation. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to let you guys know that. So let's see how you guys are doing. Everyone's just saying hi, hello. Hope everyone's staying cool. I can agree with that statement. It's been so hot here in Southeast Michigan, so humid. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for spending some time with me on this Sunday evening. I hope you all had an amazing week. You had Lucas's first birthday party yesterday. Oh, that is so wonderful. Happy birthday, little Lucas. I hope it was great. I can totally feel for you with the draining thing. It's a lot of work to host, isn't it? But I hope you had a wonderful birthday and you enjoyed your celebration. Hello. Hi, everyone. It was on shortly on your birthday Monday, but then started getting birthday calls. Yeah, that's how it is. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Glad you were able to make it here tonight. I was worried with the kind of change in time that people wouldn't show up. I know Sunday evenings can be really, really busy when you're kind of trying to prepare for the upcoming week. So totally understand if there are fewer viewers with me today because of that reason. I, like I said, took care of all of my kind of like weekly prep early so that I could be here with you guys tonight. I was so glad to have the opportunity to do that. So other than just kind of end of school year stuff, next week I have to take Austin to do like summer clothes shopping. He's been asking me for the last couple of weeks if I would take him to do some shopping. So that is on my agenda next week. And he and I have been talking a little bit about a game plan for some meal prep and some workouts and stuff that we're going to try to do together. He's really interested in bulking up this summer a little bit in preparation for fall sports. For those of you that don't know, Austin is 13. My super mature, amazing son. So that's what he wanted to do. He asked if I would help him come up with like a game plan for that. And I'm going to take that as an opportunity to try for the 576 millionth time to get myself under control with some meal prep too. So I'm excited about that. That's what we have going on as soon as school is out, and we're going to be finishing Lost hopefully this summer. And of course that new Loki show just came out on Disney Plus, so he's really excited to watch that. He and I have decided we're going to watch that together, so I'm really looking forward to spending time with him this summer. He's gotten to the age now where he doesn't want a whole heck of a lot to do with me, just because he's at that age, not because of anything else. He'd much rather hang out and talk to his friends than hang out with his mom. But since he, asked me if I would help him, take him to the track so he can get workouts and stuff, I'm going to soak up as much time as I can with him, because before we know it, he'll be driving on his own and then he won't need me at all, right? So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. It was just cake and ice cream, but being around people, even if I'm not interacting with them, just really drains my battery. Yeah, I understand completely. I'm a total introvert. I feel the same way. I love being around people that I love and socializing, but when it's over, it's like, made it through. Oh, good evening, Twyla. How are you? I saved you from the Bassmaster Classic. Oh, I'm so glad to have you here, and I'm glad that I could give you something else to watch. High protein is good for bulking up while working out. That's what Hubby is currently doing. Yeah, I need to do some research, and I definitely want to talk to his doctor. There's tons and tons of resources online about bulking up and that sort of thing. But being that he's still growing and he's only 13, I definitely don't want to make any major changes to his diet or exercise or anything without consulting his doctor first, just to be on the safe side. But I'm pretty excited about it. He really fell in love with track this season, and he definitely wants to run track next year. He wants to run cross country as well. He's looking into that. So I'm pretty excited for him it's exciting to see him so excited and invested in something. And I know that once high school rolls around, he's going to want to play soccer as well. They don't have a soccer league or a soccer team at all for the middle school, which is pretty disappointing, but they definitely have a varsity soccer team. So Robbie played on that team while he was in school, and Austin's really excited to do the same. So I'm pretty excited to kind of help him out and see him kind of invest himself in that. He's the type of person that when something is important to him and he wants to do something, he puts his all into it, and he's not a quitter. So I anticipate a lot of success from him throughout the summer. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but he's excited about it, and I'm excited for him. Oh, so I just rambled for a full 11 minutes. That's a lot of talking. So let's hear about your week last week or your upcoming week or anything you want to share. One of the things I love most about these live streams is just hearing from you guys, seeing how you're doing. A lot of times when I'm posting my videos, I see your guys' comments and I interact with them, but I feel like the live stream is really a good opportunity to get to know you guys and connect on a, bit of a deeper level. And I love that. So let's hear from you guys. How are you doing? You did track and cross country. Definitely a lot of work. Yes. Hi, Bonnie. How are you doing tonight? I am drinking my Clear American Blackberry. I feel like this is what I'm drinking every time I sit down with you guys. I always think I'm going to make a cup of tea, and then by the time I remember I want to make tea, I only have like 3 minutes before I have to log on to chat with you guys. So we're just drinking blackberry water again tonight. I'm loving it still. This, I think, is my favorite flavor of the Clear American. But I've only tried a couple because I have like a love-hate relationship with the sparkling water. I either really love it or I don't like it at all, and I don't want to buy a whole case of a flavor that I'm not going to like. So I just keep buying the same one over and over again, but it's so good. Have I caught up on Cruel Summer or The Handmaid's Tale? Yes, I'm all caught up on both. We have just one episode of each left for the season, right? I don't know what I'm going to do with myself when all of my shows are over. Luckily, I'll have Austin home to help keep me busy and entertained. But yeah, I so look forward to sitting down Wednesday mornings and catching up on all my TV. And I'm sad I won't get to do that anymore. But Cruel Summer is going pretty much how I expected so far. I have a feeling that last episode, we're going to get like a major twist that's going to surprise me. At least that's what I'm hoping. I hope it doesn't end up being super kind of predictable what happens. I'm hoping that all of my kind of theories and thoughts are wrong and I just get totally shocked by the ending of Cruel Summer. That's what I'm hoping. For Handmaid's Tale, I'm definitely loving it, but I gotta say, man, June is really, really hard to like this season. And obviously it's totally understandable with everything that character has been through, but I myself am not super invested in like the relationship. Like, will June choose, which of her suitors or significant others she's going to end up with long term? Because I feel like with as much trauma as she has been through, that's the last thing that she needs to worry about, is trying to maintain a healthy relationship. But I know that I'm in some Facebook groups and I read some Reddit threads where people are really into like that whole dynamic, Luke versus Nick and that sort of thing. I don't really understand that, but that seems to be like the major hype with these last couple of episodes on all of the the chats and things that I've seen. And so I haven't been, I haven't been as invested in it, but I'm hoping that it picks up for the last episode. And I'm hoping we don't have to wait quite as long for season 5 as we did for season 4, because that was a long wait between seasons with COVID and everything. So that's kind of my thoughts on those. I need a hobby. I have limited mobility, which is why I went ahead and retired at 61. I've been working since 15, and I feel at a loss. I've been watching a lot of YouTube. Oh, Suzanne, that's tough. I wish that I had some more advice for you. I struggle a lot with a lot of back pain, and my mobility is limited as well. And it makes it hard for hobbies, especially as someone who spent a lot of years being really active and enjoying being outdoors and hiking and walking and stuff. And I can't do the same things that I used to be able to do. But I'm sure that the lovely people here can give you some suggestions on things that you can spend your time doing. I spend a whole lot of time planning and working in my journals and that sort of thing. A lot of just like quiet time. And that's basically how I spend my time outside of just my YouTube channel. I put a lot of time and energy into my YouTube channel, but maybe if you're interested in art or music or something like that, that could be something really good. I definitely, though, find myself spending a lot of time watching TV. It's tough to find things to kind of fill your time when your mobility is limited. So I hope you're able to find something that works out for you. I think gardening is a great idea. This season went so fast with Handmaid's Tale. Yes, definitely. You had the same predictions for Cruel Summer. Yeah, I feel like there hasn't really been anything that has totally shocked me about that, but I'm still interested to see like Kate's rescue and how that all goes down, and if there's more to the story than what we've been told. I'm hoping there's more to the story than what we've been told. I mean, we have not yet seen a body, right? And isn't the thing about TV and movies is if you haven't seen a body, you don't really know if a character is gone for good. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to say too much and give away a bunch of spoilers in case anyone hasn't seen Cruel Summer. But if you haven't seen Cruel Summer and you like thrillers and you like a little bit of mystery, definitely check it out. It's available to watch on Hulu, and it's so good. And we are just about to see the final episode of the season. Now they're talking about maybe doing a second season. I don't know how I feel about that. It was originally slated to be just like a limited series, these 10 episodes, and that was it. But it's been such a hit that I think they're trying to do a second season. And I don't know how I feel about that. The show gives me a lot of vibes of like 13 Reasons Why, for example, which I loved the first season of and did not enjoy the subsequent seasons. So I'm hoping that they don't go that route. I hope they just kind of wrap up the story with the end of this season and have that be the end of it. Oh, Amy's got some suggestions here. Adult coloring, mandalas. Oh, that sounds great. Hi. You were checking on your daughter's yearly Christmas ornament order. We get Hallmark ornaments from Hooked on Ornaments. Oh, I've never heard of that. Interesting. What did I think of the ending of Grey's? It was a little anticlimactic, I think, for me. This whole season for Grey's Anatomy has been just a little bit off. And I understand that they had a lot of obstacles with the COVID-19 restrictions and everything, but I feel like it wasn't even a season finale. Like, it didn't feel like a finale to me. Had I not known that it was the final episode of the season, I probably would have like gone back the next week looking for more. It just felt a little flat for me. You guys will have to let me know if you watch Grey's Anatomy, if you feel the same. There's nothing like the first like 6 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. Like, classic Grey's is the best. But even the later seasons, I've had a lot of love for that show. I'm still watching, even though they've done a lot of terrible things, and I've said a lot of times that I was done watching the show, but I always go back for more. I think that if this had been the final season of Grey's Anatomy, I would have been okay with that. I am excited to see what they do next season, and I'm hoping next season will be the last season. I don't want them to beat a dead horse and end up kind of ruining the show for me, because I feel like they're kind of headed that way, and they need to just like wrap it up in a pretty little bow and call it done. You guys will have to let me know if you agree with me on Grey's. Yeah, definitely a big question mark. I'm excited to see exactly how that all plays out. I really hope, like I said, that they wrap everything up and we get all the answers at the end of the episode this week. We shall see. I'm excited to come back next week once it's already aired and discuss the finale, and hopefully we're not all disappointed by Cruel Summer's finale. Oh, there you go. Cross-stitching is a great hobby. Knitting, all of those things are really great. Working with your hands and that sort of thing. Definitely, if you don't have issues with arthritis or that sort of thing with pain, because I know that can be tough. It's hard to find hobbies with limited mobility. In the summertime, I don't do much outside. The heat just totally wipes me out. Fibromyalgia limits me from doing a lot. I focus on a lot of crafts. Interesting. Definitely a good point, Bonnie. You do not have to be sorry. You know, I love talking about TV shows more than anything. It's my therapy. I love it. For the ornaments, you can get mother, father, daughter, son, and family ones. I'll have to check that out. Thank you. Bonnie, you watch a lot of TV as well. Always waiting for Wednesday's new episodes on Handmaid's Tale and Cruel Summer. Yep. So you're right there with me. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Always in constant pain. That's awful. That's so terrible. You've been hate watching Ghost Adventures in bed at night. I've never really been into any of those types of shows, but then again, I haven't really given them much of a chance, if I'm being honest. You think it should be the last season of Grey's Anatomy too? Yeah, it's just not doing it for me anymore. I miss the old characters. Alex was my favorite Grey's Anatomy character for a really long time. And when he left the show, that was hard for me. Even though I have a very controversial opinion in that I actually really liked the way that they kind of wrote Alex out of the show. I know everybody was very upset about that and did not like that at all, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. I was never a big fan of Joe and always loved Alex and Izzy together. So I liked what they did with that. Considering what they had to work with, I was okay with it, but I was really sad to see his character go. And I feel like since he left, the show just hasn't been the same. You love crocheting, but the pain keeps you from doing it. Oh, it's so terrible when you're not able to do something you really love. I'm so sorry. used to like that show, but not anymore. Have you watched Shock Docs on The Devil or The Devil Made Me Do It? I haven't heard of either of those things. So I'm very far behind. I did start rewatching Buffy the Vampire Slayer this week, mostly because I don't know about you guys if you've watched Buffy or not, but the musical episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my all-time favorite. I love it. And I'm constantly just randomly getting the songs from that episode stuck in my head. And so every once in a while, I get the song stuck in my head, so I have to go back and watch the episode. So I sat through and watched the musical episode the other day, and that got me on a Buffy kick, so I started over with season 1. I'm a big fan of musical TV shows. I even really loved the musical episode of Grey's Anatomy as well. I'm a total musical theater nerd. I love music. I love singing. So yeah, that's been my recent thing. I've only watched, I think, like 2 episodes because I haven't had a whole lot of time to watch a whole lot of TV outside of my Wednesday morning ritual, but I've been loving it. I forgot how much I love that show. You're going to walk around while you listen. Oh, that's a great idea. Get your steps in. I have had a woefully small amount of steps today, even more woefully small than usual. I used to be the type to get 10,000 steps a day, and I just don't even come close to that anymore. I aim for 6,000 steps a day nowadays, and I've only hit like 1,200 steps for the day. Pretty sad. We did a lot of driving though today, so it's kind of understandable. But definitely this summer, I want to focus on upping my steps. Maybe we can do like a step challenge or something to keep me motivated. Yeah, most of the shows are wrapping up, unfortunately. Fall TV is my favorite TV. But maybe there's some stuff coming this summer. I don't know if there's anything that I'm looking forward to in terms of TV for the summer, but luckily, with all my streaming services, I'm sure I'll find something. We just had a drive-in movie theater open up near us as well, so I'm excited to hopefully go and check that out one time this summer. It'll be nice to support a small business, and also there's been hype about this movie theater opening up for quite some time, so I'm excited to see how it all came out and see some movies this summer. The only musical you like is Sweeney Todd. Okay, fair enough. Musicals, I think, are one of these things that you either love or you hate, and there's not really any in between. At least that's been my experience, and I love them. I love them all. I don't think I've ever seen a musical I didn't like. Oh, you guys are talking amongst yourselves about something that I'm not familiar with. Oh, the documentary series? Gotcha. Okay. And they're not like real though, right? These paranormal shows you guys are talking about, they're not like actual documentaries, or are they? I don't know. I'm totally out of my element when it comes to that sort of thing. I just saw on Instagram this week that 3 of the ladies from One Tree Hill from back in the day are going to be doing a podcast together, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm typically not someone who gets into podcasts. I have a couple that I listen to, but nothing that I listen to religiously. But when I saw that they were going to get together and do a podcast, that was pretty exciting. So I'm excited to watch or listen to that. Anyone have any exciting plans for the summer? Bonnie wants to know. As far as us, we're just doing lots of the same that we've been doing. Camping trips on the weekends. My husband does have that week of vacation at the end of June, which I'm so excited to just have him around. Even if we don't end up doing anything fun or exciting, even if we just go sit at our camper and sit outside, sipping lemonade and just being together, I'm excited for it because he works so much. And I'm always craving extra time with him. Your goal was 500. No, that's totally reasonable. Whatever you can do is enough. I don't think that you should ever compare your goals with somebody else's because, you're in a different place and that's okay. I think it's most important that you just set a goal and meet it. And I'm proud of you for doing that. You say they're real, but I guess whether they are real or not depends on if you believe in the paranormal and if spirits get trapped here on Earth. Okay, so it is supposed to be real, though. It's not like a spoof or like a scripted series. That's kind of what I meant by is if it's real. I see a lot of these like docu-series, but they're all scripted and it's all like fiction. So I wasn't sure if it was like that or if it was more like grounded in reality. Oh, hi, Hanan. How are you? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know you said that weeknights were hard for you to join in, so I'm so excited you were able to join in today. I hope you're doing really well. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed my little office tour. I wasn't sure if anybody was even going to be able to appreciate that video. But I had so much fun filming it and sharing little bits and pieces of my bedroom and my office. And I was excited. It seemed like a lot of you enjoyed that video a lot. So that was awesome. You used to love One Tree Hill and you named your daughter Peyton. Oh, that's so sweet. Peyton was definitely my favorite character from One Tree Hill. Oh, you just got back from camping. We just got back from camping too. I hope that you managed to enjoy yourself despite the heat. Yeah, you are dealing with a whole lot with that pain, girl. You're doing just fine. I'm proud of you. Amy, I haven't worn my Fitbit in over a year. I was on bed rest last year and have had to relearn how to walk. Don't beat yourself up. You are doing awesome. I just want to tell all of you that if you're struggling and you are beating yourself up or kicking yourself when you're down, please don't do that. Give yourself some grace and know that every day that you wake up and you try, you're doing phenomenal. Don't give up. Don't let your hardships make you feel like you're not kicking ass at life, because you're here, you're thriving as best as you can with your circumstances, and that's all any of us can do. You have had plenty of paranormal experiences, Shannon, but would never willingly provoke the dead. Okay, interesting. I don't know if I believe in the paranormal and ghosts and that sort of thing or not. I go back and forth. I really, truly believed in them when I was younger. As I've gotten older and a little more cynical, I've kind of thought, maybe I don't, but I don't really know. I guess it depends. When it's late at night and I hear noises in my house and I let myself get a little scared, I have to think, okay, well, clearly I believe that something is out there, but I don't really know if I believe in ghosts or not. Oh, you have a pop-up camper. Yeah, that's definitely a workout. I'm so glad you enjoy the day in the life videos. I definitely want to do more of them, especially now that it's summer and I have a less rigid schedule and routine. So be on the lookout for more day in the life videos coming soon. I don't know how interesting they're going to be because I'm pretty boring, but if you guys like them, I'm for sure happy to film them. Definitely. A minute to recharge is always valid and valuable. Nothing wrong with that at all. Excuse me. With both of us working full-time, it was so nice to unplug and just enjoy one another with no electronics. The kids weren't happy at first, but were fine after an hour. That's exactly how it is for us camping. We have no internet service. We barely have enough service to make a phone call on our phones, let alone be able to scroll social media or do any of those things that I typically would spend my whole day doing. And my kids too, like, we definitely have to unplug, and it is so nice to be able to do that. I wouldn't want to do it forever, but a weekend with the family, we played, over the weekend, we played Trouble, and we watched that new Jumanji movie. It's not new. I just mean that to differentiate it from the one in the 90s. The Jumanji movie, which is one of our favorites as a family, and we just relaxed. We had Eric's sister come out over the weekend, and we had crab legs and shrimp that my husband did on the grill in our like smoker cabinet, and it was such a wonderful time. If you have lived in a house that has bad energy, you know. Where I live now is peaceful, not even afraid of the basement. Interesting. I love the concept of the supernatural and that sort of thing. I just don't know if I believe in it or not. Like I said, when I was younger, I definitely did. But nowadays, I don't know. I'm just more cynical these days. Hi! Thanks so much for hanging out tonight. Miss being able to join you guys, but work mostly weeknights lately. I'm really glad then that I did this on Sunday so that more of the people that can't come on the weeknights can join in. Maybe the ticket to this whole live stream thing is not doing it on a set day every week. Maybe it's just doing it at different days at different times so I can get more people here. Maybe that's the ticket. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure all this out. I was videotaping our daughter when she was little. The room was completely dark. I watched the video back and there was an orb. I asked my son that my now husband and I lost. Oh, wow. What an experience. Any fun plans this week? Well, I was mentioning earlier before you got here, it's Austin's last week of school. So he has like a field day one day this week, which he's really looking forward to. And he's off of school starting Wednesday. So I'm going to be taking him to do some summer clothing shopping. And we're just going to spend like the latter half of the week just relaxing and hanging out together, which I'm so excited about. And that's pretty much it. It doesn't take a whole heck of a lot to excite me these days. I had one house where the door would swing back and forth, no draft, and speed was not of that nature, and where I was going upstairs but stopped because something would not let me. Oh, man. I'm not asking for any experiences like that to make me a believer. I'm just putting it out there to anybody who might be listening. I'm perfectly okay with my indifference and my not so sure I believe in ghost thing. I don't need anybody or anything to prove me wrong, okay? Okay, just putting that out there. Just in case. Previous owners of my house died of old age in the house. I believe they are still here in a good way. Believe that they are just enjoying my kids like they were with their grandkids. Oh, that's sweet. I like the thought of that. All 3 of your kids have sports camps, so trying to meal prep today and catch up with chores since it's going to be a hectic week. Oh, I wish you luck. That's a whole lot to handle. Oh, ever since she talked about that German chocolate cake in her video, that is all I have been wanting. I'm not a baker, so it's just not in the cards for me unless I go get like a grocery store cake or something. But I agree with you. German chocolate cake sounds amazing. Okay, so you asked if it was him to change to purple. The orb changed to purple and flew over my daughter, and it looked like a purple butterfly. Oh my goodness. Wow, that must have been something. Wow. Your oldest daughter turns 7 tomorrow. Oh, happy birthday to her. Someone please explain why I had kids with birthdays 4 days apart. I feel you on that. I do. My boys are January 8th and January 13th, so I feel you. We never really did big birthday celebrations or parties or anything, though, so made it a little bit easier. With their birthdays being so soon after Christmas, when we tried when they were really young to do birthday parties, a lot of times either the weather was really bad being here in Michigan, or people were just busy from, the start of the new year and just finishing up the holidays. And so a lot of times when we would try to have a party, nobody would come, or it would be just like a really small group. So we decided pretty early on that we would celebrate birthdays with just our immediate family. We do a really low-key celebration. The boys get to pick out their cake, and they get to pick out a special dinner, whatever they want, and we just spend it as a family of 4. And it's been a really wonderful tradition and low-key and stress-free, which has been really great. And I ask them all the time if they ever kind of miss the fact that they didn't get to have parties, or if they feel like they were deprived of that sort of thing. And they always say that they were perfectly fine and content with their birthday celebrations. So that makes me feel good. I don't know if they're just appeasing me, but I'll take it. The house we live in now, the guy passed, and we have kitchen table. When my daughter was a newborn, she had colic. Only thing to calm her was laying her on the kitchen table. This house has good juju. Interesting. Everyone subscribe to Everyday I'm Winging It. Love her videos and her baby cricket. All right. You got your Live Rich planner finally that I ordered from the Budget Mom. I'm excited to move into a new planner. Oh, good luck. I'm so excited for you. There is nothing more fun than setting up a new planner. I hope that it works out great for you and you love it. So nice to see everyone supporting each other's channels. That is so nice. I love this community so much, and how we've all been able to connect in different ways, and we all hype each other up. there's so many phenomenal content creators here in our community. And it's so exciting to see everyone's channel kind of grow and change and adapt. It's a lot of fun. YouTube is so amazingly fun. See, we're all going to end up craving German chocolate cake by the time this is all said and done. That is so sweet. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I did great. Oops. Did great spacing out the oldest 2 birthdays, June 14th and November 23rd. And then the third is June 10th. Well, you know, you did pretty good. That is so nice of you to say thank you. She says, your videos are always super motivating and positive. Thank you for continuing to create and share your journey with us. I'm going to keep posting videos for as long as I possibly can. I have no plans of stopping anytime soon. So if you guys are watching, I'm posting. Might not always be the same kind of content. Lord knows I've gone through a lot of different content over the years, but as long as I have an audience for it, I'm still going to share. So as long as you guys keep clicking my videos and watching, I'll keep right on posting. Love the no negativity and all the positivity here. Yes, I love that too. Thank you so much. Can you link the channel every day? I'm winging it. Sometimes it's hard to find the channels. If you want to go ahead and link it in a comment, that would be super helpful. Yeah, you say that, Shannon. Probably keep posting even if no one is watching. And I think that's true for me too. I posted for years and years and years when no one was watching. And all of those videos are still up. You can definitely go back and watch some very cringe-worthy makeup tutorials and nail polish videos. If you're interested in that sort of content, might be good for a laugh. With the way that the chat works, a lot of times you can't click on the icon. Once I'm done streaming, if you will come back to this video and just post it as a comment, that could be super helpful. Otherwise, you guys can maybe send like emails or something. I don't know. It's hard sometimes to share that sort of thing with the way that YouTube is set up for whatever reason. I don't know why they don't make it easier. How's the grocery budget so far? I know you made a big switch this month. I'm so curious. Still having problem controlling ours. I feel like all my kids do is eat. Yeah, that's been my experience as well. Prices have gone up so much here. And my kids are at an age now where they're just eating way more than they used to. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to raise my grocery budget. So far, we're still on budget for the month, like overall. Everything's still okay, but with school being out this week, I feel like we're going to start going through a lot more groceries. So thinking about raising it to $200 a week, which is insane to me because I used to do $100 a week easily. Granted, I know that my kids are bigger now and they just eat more now, but I'm thinking about raising it. I don't know where that extra money is going to come from. I'm going to have to do some finagling with my budget, but we got to eat, right? Killing it on Ibotta this month. $83 back since the last week of May. That's amazing. Good job. I struggle with Ibotta because I feel like every time I go into Ibotta to try to find the deals and things, it's always stuff that I would not have bought otherwise. Like, I love it when there's Ibotta items on there that I already have on my list, and I always take advantage of those deals. But I'm not one to necessarily go out of my way to buy something that I wouldn't have bought without it being an Ibotta offer. You know what I mean? So it's just not great for me. I think I have like $60 on there from throughout this year. And that's great, don't get me wrong, but I tend to only shop for the things I would be buying anyway. I don't tend to buy the other deals. That is good to know, though, that the more that you use it, the more they'll tailor the deals to you. I'll have to keep that in mind. I still go on there every week and try to find stuff, and I definitely buy the things that, are things that we will use, but a lot of times I buy like the store brand, and even with the Ibotta deal for a name brand, it's still more expensive than it would be with the Ibotta deal. So I don't know. Have I used Fetch rewards? That is something I did a long time ago, but I have not recently. Maybe that's something I should get back into again, because that's definitely like you get cash back on the things you'd buy anyway, right? Is that the one where you scan your receipts? I don't know. Any ways that we can save money nowadays with groceries, we need it, because things are just, it seems like sky high lately. And it doesn't seem like it was a slow climb either. Like, everything just jumped up in price. And I don't know if that's like the pandemic or what, but it's been tough. So a lot of places we can, compromise on our budget, and we can shift things around a little bit. But like I said, we always got to eat. So thinking about raising it to $200 or maybe even $250, but having it just be like a food category, have it being an umbrella where we can either go to the grocery store and shop for groceries, or we can eat out, or, just allow myself to be a little bit more free with it, because I'm really struggling with the grocery budget this month. And it's only going to get worse once summer hits and, Austin's home full time. So I don't know. Definitely something to think about. I will likely not make any changes in June. I'll just keep it up with what we've been doing. And if I find at the end of the month that I'm significantly over budget, or it's been a real struggle to stick to the budget, then I might change it for July. But just something for me to think about. Fetch doesn't seem to work well for you. That's a bummer. I love Get Upside, the best app to get cash back on gas and restaurants. I haven't heard of that one. Went to get a few things at the store yesterday, $76 on what looked like nothing. Yeah, that's been my experience too. Now, I have been shopping a little bit differently as well. Lately, I've been doing 2 shopping trips a week. I don't know. I thought that if I did a big shop like at the start of the month and stocked us up on things, that I would have to shop less often. And that wasn't the case. I feel like I stocked us up on a bunch of stuff and we just ate through it faster. It's like, I know that we're going to go shopping again on Monday, so I go through things quicker. I don't really know what, it doesn't make logical sense, but that was kind of my experience. We stocked up on a lot of snacks and things that I thought were going to last us a couple of weeks. And some of the stuff did, but a lot of the other stuff went super, super fast. So I don't know if it's like just rationing it until the next shopping trip. And so if there's more, we just eat more, or what. But that definitely, it didn't work out as well as I kind of thought that it would. So what I've been doing these last couple of weeks then is shopping on Monday and just kind of getting us through the first part of the week. So I'll shop for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll shop again on Friday morning and get everything we need kind of for the weekend. Because I find that we tend to eat differently during the week versus on the weekend anyway. We have a much more like strict meal plan during the week. We eat a lot healthier during the week. And then on weekends, we tend to go a little bit off the rails. So we'll have like more convenience foods, or we'll go out to eat, or, we're grilling something at the campground or that sort of thing. So it's almost like we're shopping for two different households, but that's just kind of been my experience. So I've been trying to go and only spend like half of my grocery budget on Mondays and save the other half for Fridays when I shop again. That has been going okay, but with more frequent trips, there's more impulse shopping. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but hopefully somehow, some way, I'll figure it out. You're struggling coming up with content ideas. There are so many things you can do. Try not to get too wrapped up in like trying to find an idea. Maybe just pick up the camera and see what happens. Get creative. Try something new. I would watch anything you posted, Shannon, seriously. So I don't think you can really go wrong with anything you're sharing. Hubby is one to do big shopping. He shops around for deals and knows prices. I just go up the road for bare minimum if needed. Definitely two different shopping styles there then, huh? Yep, day in the life or cleaning videos. Those are great ideas. Love your planner setup. You have helped my family a lot. Thank you. Okay, apparently I need to check out this Get Upside app because I've never even heard of it. It's great since you drive a lot for work. Gives money back straight to your account. Okay, I'm going to check it out for sure. Let me write it down because I'll forget. Have to hide extra bags of chips or my kids will open the new bag before the opened one is done. It drives you insane. My kids do that too. And that's why I think that the big shop at the start of the month, while good in theory, just doesn't work because they'll just eat everything in sight. If it's there, they're going to eat it. Whereas if it's not there, they won't, obviously. I don't know where I was going with that. But, if they have one bag of chips to last the week, they'll make that whole bag of chips last the week. But if there's two in there, then they'll make those two last the week. So it's like they ration more if we have less. So the big shop at the start of the month, no go for my family, at least in terms of like snacks. I could do like basic pantry staples and that sort of thing because they're not going to overindulge in like tomato paste, right? But when it comes to snacks, I need to do those on a weekly basis. Otherwise, we're going to way overspend because, the snacks are the most expensive thing anyway. So. Yeah, minimizing grocery trips definitely seems like a better way to go because there's less impulse shopping that way. And it's just less stressful in general, I think. That's your biggest budget issue too, groceries. Yeah, it's tough. And it's like the one you can most easily control in theory. Like there's a lot of things, your bills and stuff that come in, you don't have a lot of control over that, but you do have control about what you spend on groceries. So I tend to really beat myself up when I go over budget on groceries because I feel like I should be able to find better deals or I should be able to plan better or something, but realistically, prices have gone up and you just cannot feed your family the same way you used to for the same amount. And that's got to be okay. Got to give ourselves grace when it comes to that. There's only so much you can shop and bargain, hunt, and plan. Some things are just out of your control. Best YouTubers, in my opinion, are the authentic ones. Just be yourself and followers will come. That's great advice. Oh, yes, please do. Send me the link, especially if it's like a referral link or something and you get something for it. I'm happy to do that. Why do we have 3 half-eaten bags of salt and vinegar chips open? Yes, that's like the story of my life right there. I always feel like my day in the life videos are boring and I always stop filming at like 5 because that's when it gets super busy around here. I always feel that way too, Shannon, whenever I film a day in the life video. But time and time again, when I post them, I get comments from people saying that they love the mundane day in the life, like typical, boring, everyday stuff. In the past, when I've vlogged like events and things that I would consider like vlog worthy and more exciting, people haven't enjoyed those as much as just seeing like typical day-to-day life. So don't feel like it's boring because people really seem to love those kind of videos. Never found your videos boring at all, Shannon, and I agree. Like I said, I'd watch anything that you posted. I put the snacks in my closet in my bedroom and ration them out throughout the month. There's an idea. I used to tell my kids all the time that I was just going to put locks on the cupboards because they were eating me out of house and home. I never actually did it, but I tell you, I came close a couple times. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. It's not boring. It's what us real stay-at-home mom people like because that's the way most of us live. I guess that's all people are looking for is just a little bit of camaraderie, right? Want to see how other people tackle the typical day-to-day and the way that people tackle different things. I learn something new every time I watch someone's day in the life vlog. I feel like a new method of doing something or a way to change things up to make it easier or more exciting or better. Vlogs are probably some of my favorites to watch. My sister-in-law had one cabinet she would lock up with the snack foods. Yep, it's always the snacks. They're just gone. Always. I have been known to buy myself certain snacks and hide them in my bedroom so the kids don't get them because without fail, if I buy something that I specifically like and would enjoy, that's the first thing they eat. They'll have 5,000 goldfish crackers up there, but they'll have to eat my whatever it is instead. And it makes me crazy. So I typically have a little stash of snacks here in my desk that's just for me. And I don't mind sharing, but it's like, how come I bought myself 2 packets of something, my favorite potato chip, and there's 10 packets of other potato chips up there, but my 2 are gone? Without fail, always happens. Struggling with content too, and also in finding time to film. Plus, I'm pretty green at editing too. Editing can be a really long process, depending on how fancy you get with it. My videos are edited very bare bones, very minimal editing. Nothing fancy, no fancy like jump cuts or crazy anything. And I do that intentionally to keep the editing time down to a minimum because it can be a really long process depending on, what you're filming and that sort of thing. We have a lock on the fridge and a cabinet. Otherwise, my daughter seriously overeats. Yeah, do what you got to do. It's because you are not trying to sell perfection. You are who you are. Well, thank you. I'm definitely not trying to sell perfection. I'm not even trying to sell like the illusion of perfection. Nothing like that here on my channel for sure. I'm thinking about restructuring the way I do my sinking funds. Any good ideas? I'm thinking about combining some into general categories. I have too many. And then I'm going to be filming a video later on this month, I think, of my son's budget and the way that we're doing it with him, he really wanted bare bones, super simple, not a lot of complicated steps. And all he has, I'm kind of spoiling that video, is like 3 categories. He has emergency savings, he has spending, and he has other savings. So that would be like his sinking funds, but he doesn't break it down into categories. He just has that category that he calls savings, and that's where his extra money goes. And he then can pick and choose what he wants to do with that money. Now, granted, his system is very, very simple, and he's got very few responsibilities, very few expenses. So it might be a little too simple for a typical average like family. He's just a single guy, but you don't have to break it down into a million categories. You can simply just have a sinking funds account. I did that for years, where I had 2 bank accounts. I had my main checking account and I had my sinking funds checking account. And I would pay all of our bills out of the one main account and pay what we wanted to pay to debt, and everything else just went into our sinking funds. And then as we had expenses come up, we would just use that account for that. The only reason that I sort of went more structured with it was because I'm kind of anal and I like to have that control. But if you are finding it too complicated, you can do real bare bones budgeting. You don't have to make it super fancy or super complicated. My kids always ask, Mom, can I have some of your, and usually I let them, but my Oreos and Dove chocolates are off limits. Yeah, I don't know what it is about mom's snacks that are just more appealing. I ask my kids every single week before I go shopping, is there anything you want to add to the grocery list? I don't give them any limitations. They can pick whatever they want to add to the grocery list. But still, they want my stuff instead. My daughter's actually considering changing the configuration of her room. This is big because she is a creature of habit and resists change. Oh, that's awesome. That's huge. Good. Hide the Dove chocolate in an empty veggie bag in the freezer. I've seen that, I think on Pinterest. Genius. Glad my kids don't like beef jerky, and only my son will sometimes eat cheddar and sour cream chips. I share with him that they're mamas by my bed. I'd ask, yeah, exactly. As moms, there are very few things that we ask for in life. Just leave our dang snacks alone. A lot of times when I'm buying something special for myself, I'll just buy double because I know that as soon as they see it, they're going to want it. So I just buy some just for me and then a little bit for them so that it's not all gone by the time I get to it. I'm like out of breath from talking so much. I need to stop with the rambling. If anyone is interested, another channel I like is the Homemaking Maven. She's a 40-year-old stay-at-home mom to 5 who homeschools. Wow, what an awesome super mama, man. I knew her when she was 14 years old, so it's cool to see her now as a busy mom. I will definitely check that channel out. Thank you. Yeah, definitely check that video out. I don't know if it's going to be super helpful to anyone, but I thought it would be an interesting kind of foil to the way that I do budgeting, because I know that I have 5,000 steps and I make it super complicated. I have a lot of time to devote to my budget, and so I can do that. But if you're super busy or you have a lot of complicated stuff going on in your life, you don't have an hour to sit down and write up a budget and 15,000 different cash envelopes and sinking funds. Like, something simple sometimes is the best. So I'm really excited to kind of share his process a little bit. It's not going to be like an ongoing series of videos. It's probably just going to be like a one-off video, like, here's how Robbie budgets. But I think it'll help someone. I hope it will. anyways, thinking about filming that and having that be one of the videos I post while I'm on vacation, because it's going to be harder to do like real-time budget videos when I don't have internet service. So that week on my channel might look a little bit different. Won't follow my same typical structure with like my budget results and then my new week's budget and my cash envelope stuffing, because I'm just not going to be home. I think that week for my budget, we're going to go very basic, bare bones. So I don't know. Hopefully it'll turn out good. Oh no, you hate cold chocolate, so that trick won't work for you. Just got a retention bonus. So I was thinking this will be a good time to beef up my sinking funds, ignoring them for a while due to other expenses. I definitely know how that feels. I went through the same struggle. So I'm hopeful that you'll be able to bulk them up, and it's such a load off your mind, isn't it, to have that all squared away? I hope it works out for you. All right, guys. Well, it's been just over an hour. I have a whole lot of reading and stuff to catch up on tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to you all now. Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed this a lot. Sunday nights seem to work out really, really well. So hopefully we can continue with this. Definitely be on the lookout, though, for schedule changes, because things are going to get a little wonky at the end of June. Join my Facebook group if you haven't already. It's a Jwhackers Fans and Friends Facebook group. You can also watch my community tab. I'll post any updates there as well if you're not into Facebook. I know Facebook's not for everyone. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful, low-key evening and a great week. I look forward to chatting with you guys again soon, and I'll see you then. Good night, friends. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.